Hi, I'm Tandy Gutierrez, and this is your 3-day, 3-card reading for your body, mind, and spirit. So I always have a little meditation, I say a prayer, and I ask the guides and guardians come through to give you all your omens and your signs and messages that you need in order to progress some spiritual pieces and other pieces in your life. So it's always meant in a positive way, in a positive light. Please remember that it's a general reading for all of my followers, fans, and members, and that if something resonates and rings true for you, take it, run with it, yay! And if it doesn't, if you're like, that's so weirdly off base and doesn't have anything to do with my life or what's going on the inside or on the outside, don't worry, let it go, right? Not your message. It's general. So I'm going to shuffle some more, as I always do. I pull a card in reference to the basic energy of what's going on with everyone's body, mind, and spirit right now. I'll show you the cards as I go, and then we'll talk about what that means for you in these 3 days. All of the readings that I do, I take the information here and apply it directly into the workouts that I make for my subscribers on my site. So if you're interested in working out with me and helping balance out your physical body and your energetic body on the mat, those links are below and you can find those pretty easily. Okay, so here we go. Body, mind, and spirit for December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's December. Is that not just nuts? I think it's nuts. This year is going by so very quickly. Interesting. Okay, so we've had this thing happening lately for everyone that there's like super black and white cards, like yes, no. Life is not black and white, and we know that. It is incredible shades of gray and hopefully of rainbow colors too, right? But we've had this thing lately where you all have had like 2 black and white cards, things that are very clear, seemingly clear, and then 1 more colored card. So that's happening again today for these 3 days. Great. Your first card for your body is Mother of Pentacles. This is the one that's more colorful, and you probably can't even totally see that here. But it's these really beautiful blues and lavenders, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green. So for your body, kind of where you all are at right now, is that Mother of Pentacles is it's so sweet, right? They're deer, they don't hunt, and it's very calm and nurturing. Pentacles is a sign of the earth. It's really grounded and rooty, and it's also about your benevolence and giving and charity. So when it comes to your body right now, it just seems, really mellow, which is lovely, and just needs some nurturing to it, and could use just that little bit of calm and, they're snuggling. A little bit of snuggles. I swear to goodness, at some point I will get this angle right so you all can see these. It's a little backwards, right? Mother of Pentacles. So very nurturing, very calm. It's very serene and with ownership, like I know what to do. I know how to handle this. It needs a little, warmth to it. And so for your body seems like it's just really mellow right now, which is lovely, right? When your physical body is kind of just humming along, that's great. Yeah, just more supportive. I think when it's really earthy, and so when you've got that kind of mellow, like, you may just not feel like doing anything, right? Like, I just feel like snuggling and lying down. That's actually kind of where I think this is headed. Like, your body feels really mellow. It feels really grounded, but grounded can pull you down, right? Like, the seasons have changed. It's December, for those in the US, and you start to hunker down a little bit, and you start to eat things that sort of weigh you down and get you anchored, which is, it's into the winter, so that's fine. You just may not feel like doing anything. And so whenever your body doesn't feel like doing anything and you're in that like warm, cozy, like, oh, I'm just gonna go snuggle. I love that feeling. Like, I love it. But I always work at, like, don't leave your body alone, right? Not moving is kind of like, meh, this whole idea, like, rest is wonderful, but that doesn't mean not doing anything a lot of the times. So to me, like, in your body, it would really mean that you need more of a yummy, like, stretch to get things kind of balanced and elongated, and it's not feeling real fiery, like you need to go like burn off the fire and work really hard, but you do need to move. That static energy, like groundedness, is beautiful and wonderful and necessary. Getting too anchored and too comfortable and then not doing any movement and sliding off of your mat into the abyss and then not coming back until January. I always recommend that people stretch. You go do one of the stretch videos, in your account when you don't feel like doing anything. Because the reality is in your brain you go, I don't want to do anything. And I'm human. I have those days too, believe it or not. And so if you can just go, I'm just going to go do 5 minutes. And you get on your mat for 5 minutes and you start to stretch, or you start, rolling's wonderful too, foam rolling. Then your body starts to go, oh, and then all of a sudden you're into 10 minutes and 15, and then you've done your full 30 stretch. We really don't give enough value to stretching. I think as American culture, we like drive our bodies into the ground and go, if I'm going to go work out, it's got to be like insane. And it's like, no. You just need to tend to your physical body. And that means lots of wonderful things and tending to it in balance. So you're feeling warm, fuzzy, and anchored, which is wonderful and very nurturing and calm and snuggy. So that's great. We need that. We have to balance male and female energies in our body. So go do a stretch or a foam roll, and that's going to help manage the energies of the physical body. So that's your body. Mind. Okay, so 2 of Cups, which is a beautiful card, matches my color scheme today. But this is one that's more like straightforward black and white. When it's upright, it is, true love, true commitments, and new things burgeoning, but honest, real, connected things. This one is upside down. So you got the love spilling out of your cup. Oof. Okay. Cups have to do with the, emotional sense of yourself. But we've pulled this for the mind portion. And so I'm really big on what are you filling your mind with? Okay, so I teach wellness, right? But wellness is 3 points: body, mind, and spirit. So, you're tossing everything out of your cups, they're spilling out, right? If they're upside down, they're not full. They're empty. Done. Okay? So we want to get that cup turned right side up. And to me, you need to fill up your mind with some good, loving things. Because the 2 of Cups is such a beautiful card, because it looks like first date kind of a little bit, or second anniversary. Like you're really connected, real things have bloomed out of it. But the way it came out for you guys today is that it's upside down. And so let's get it turned right side up by filling your mind with some really wonderful, loving things. It matters. It matters what you're listening to. It matters what you're reading. It matters what you're thinking. And so this is where things like, soothing music and positive articles. I for years have been like, people are like, did you watch the news today? And I went, no, I don't. I mean, yes, I check in. You need to know what's going on in your world, but you don't need to live and breathe it every day and every moment. Our tech society, there's wonderful things. Connection, and teachers you wouldn't usually be in contact with, and people and places and on your own darn time. But it can also be an overfill of negative stuff. So I feel like this 2 of Cups, it's like the love has been poured out. Really, I'm getting more like empathy and like hope. It's kind of like, and so you need to turn your cup right side up. Like fill it up. Fill up your own cup. Go find some really positive or even just fun messaging. But I'm seeing here that you need hopeful, loving, positive messages. So whatever that is to you, if that's a spiritual text, if that's, affirmations, or just going and taking all the negative things that are happening in your brain right now and rewriting them as the positive piece that you really want. So writing your own affirmations is coming up right now. And maybe, in your brain and your mind, maybe doing this as a pair. It could be best friend, could be a business partner, maybe it's your spouse or your partner. Maybe you guys need to turn the cup right side up. So there you go. So your mind is a bit empty in these 3 days. It's feeling a little negative. So do what you can to turn it right side up. But this is your mind. So to me, when it comes to mind, it's about reading and writing and what you're filling your brain with. So maybe you just need a positive book to pick up, a quick little fun article to read. But again, I think, maybe go make a list of all the things that you're like sad and hopeless and frustrated and angry about, and then go back and write. If you guys don't know how to write affirmations, it's turning it into the positive. Instead of, oh gosh, what's a good example? Like, all the equipment that I need right now to do work or a project that I love is totally broken and needs upgrading. And so go back and write the affirmation. Everything I need for my project and my work works beautifully and perfectly. Right? So, and then you'll find a way. Like, it is about perspective and glass half full rather than glass half empty, and finding ways. Then go, oh, well, that piece I could borrow from a friend, or maybe that one I just don't need this time to get this thing done, even though I wanted it. So it looks like your mind is feeling a little emptied, a little negative, and that you got to right side it up. Okay. All right, here we go. This one. Ooh, this is the other one. 10 of Swords. See, your thoughts you guys are in an interesting place in your thoughts. Okay? Whenever it's right side up, and again, there are, traditional meanings for the cards, which we use, but mostly I really use them in an intuitive process and go, what's coming up right now for you guys? When it's right side up, it's always, to me, about killing the bullshit. Like, drop your bullshit. Quit pretending, quit using your excuses, stop it, quit being a whiner or complainer. But it came out upside down. So to me, this is like, you've done it. You've kind of speared the junk. And then, if it's upside down, the swords are going to fall out one by one. So whenever you're this card is for your spirit component of things. So whenever you're trying to work with your spiritual side of things, it's work, right? And it's meandering, and sometimes it's dark, and sometimes you're like, what am I doing? I'm meditating again. I'm looking at my own cards. I'm hanging out with my crystals. Like, what? But it's a path and a process like anything else. So sometimes it's dark. Sometimes you really have to address what's not working for you, and then you've got to get in there and go, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to take my baggage, pack it up, and go donate it somewhere. Metaphorically, metaphysically. Release it into the universe. Give it back to Mother Earth. Give it to God to handle and to take care of. So this 10 of Swords card, to me, says you've done that. You've stabbed it. You've taken those things that just haven't been working and are starting to address it spiritually, right? And the work's not done yet. It's not finished. But it's in the process of transmutation, basically. That you done stabbed it, okay? And now you're kind of just waiting to soothe and evolve and letting them fall out, right? Because it's like having a scab. You get an injury, ow, bad, okay? And then it's got to heal, and it scabs up, and it's kind of weird and uncomfortable and itchy and tight, and then it flakes off, and it's like it got worse. And then all of a sudden, it's beautiful and fine and healed. Right? So you're kind of in, this is terrible, like visuals, but you're in the itchy, scabby part. So you're waiting for them to fall off so that these things that you've been carrying around for a really long time, soul level, drop on out and move on. So soothing, soul level stuff, meditation, prayer is always an excellent answer. Even just 5 minutes of it makes a huge impact. And I don't mean it in this way of like, I think everybody says, go meditate. Because that's like putting an aspirin on top of things. And just layering things to like make it better. My version of the meditation or prayer is that you're doing it more times than not, right? Better is better. So maybe it's not every day, but that you're doing it consistently in order to heal and to drop the junk that's just weighing you down that you don't need anymore, that no longer serves you, that you've grown past. So you got to release stuff. You gotta say it. You gotta let it go. And so I think, meditation or prayer for you right now, just it's going to do nothing but help the healing process. And get some lavender essential oils. Just rub it, smell it, have it be around you. Lavender oil can be used for, if you put it on scars, it helps them diminish, and when things are healing, it lets them not show up as distinctly after they've healed. So I feel like you guys need some lavender in your life. Well, there you go. That was interesting. I love seeing it's such this wonderful process, and I get really excited about it too. Okay, so body is Mother of Pentacles, earthy, connected, calm, nurturing, mellow, but you may be feeling a little stuck, like you are sitting on that couch. You need to get your tushy up, and at least go foam roll or stretch. Okay, doesn't have to be aggressive, doesn't need to be crazy. And then your mind was getting a little negative, a little dark. You got your empty cup right now. Don't have an empty cup. Turn it right side up. Go read some nourishing, loving, positive things in the world. And then your spirit, you've killed a lot of the bullshit you've been carrying around. That's awesome. But now it's got to heal. It's got to kind of slide out. It's got to make its transition. So be kind to yourself in that spiritual way. A little prayer, a little meditation, and some lavender oil. There you go. There's your 3-day, 3-card reading for your body, mind, and soul. And if you want to go work with more of the physical body things with your food and your fitness, you can find me over on the website. And I will see you here next time for your next 3-day reading. Thanks.